Hi everyone, I'm Raquel. Welcome to your practice. Today we're going to do a few minutes of opening the wrists and the hands. So let's get to it. So let's start with bringing the forearms by your sides, and you can soften the fingers and the wrists and just start rotating the forearms in and out. So everything that we're going to do today is good to unwind tension in the hands and the wrists. Those of us with carpal tunnel or inflammation going on, so this is a good little sequence to release some of that inflammation. And then bring the forearms up, and now look to your hands, see which one's going faster. Usually there's one hand that goes faster. And then bring it back down, so the forearms are down. And then 1, 2, and 3. Interlace the fingers, the whatever clasp you want to do. And then start doing figure eights with the hands. And as we go through this sequence, if there's one little stretch that you notice helps you more than the others, you can definitely do that anytime you want during the day. And now interlace the fingers, the funny clasp, and see if you can go the circle the opposite way where you just did the unfamiliar circle with the unfamiliar clasp. This is just to warm up our wrists. Okay. And then release the hands. With one of your hands, hold the opposite hand. Doesn't matter which one, you have to do both. And then really pull that hand away from the wrist, as if you wanted to dismember your hand from your forearm. Don't worry, that's not going to happen. So we're just kind of creating a little bit more space in the wrist, especially those of you that when you go to yoga class and you feel like your down dog feels there's some tension across the tops of the wrists. It's just the bones are being squished, and now we're just encouraging more space to happen in between those bones. And then go ahead and then flex that wrist like this, so the elbow comes down. And now can you bring the forearm up so the forearm is parallel with the floor, and with the hand that was holding that wrist, you can kind of push on that hand. And if you're already inflamed, chances are this is not too good. But if you're feeling stiffness, or it's just like the last bit of inflammation in your carpal tunnel or whatever, you can do some of this. Just be very gentle and mild. Good. And then release, kind of shake that hand. And then same thing other side. You pull the other wrist. I can really see the skin and the kind of bones. Well, the bones don't move that much, but the tissues around it do move. Just kind of lengthening. The hand doctor, when they did this to me, I thought it was pretty cool. And then go ahead and flex the wrist. Have that forearm parallel with the floor. And you apply just enough pressure so you feel a nice opening across the top of your wrist. Good. And then from here, release. Oh, give it a shake. Now offer one hand forward and do both hands. So go ahead and grab the pinky. Have the arm be straight or somewhat straight, and pull the pinky back. So chances are for this one, you're going to feel like a nervy thing going on. It's okay. So just kind of flossing the nerves of the fingers to the palms. You might feel your palms burning a lot. And then the middle finger, you pull it back. And then the index, oh, that's always nasty. And then make sure you do the thumb. Good. And now all of the forefingers back. See what that does to the forearm. Now to the inner wrist, the palm, and then release, kind of shake that hand. Same thing, offer the other hand forward. We start with the pinky going back. And then with the ring finger, the middle finger, the index, and then the thumb. All of the four fingers collectively. A lot of sensation to that forearm. And from here, you release. Good. Bring the thumbs in and then fold all of the other fingers on top. Reach the arms out to the sides. And then angle, so you're reaching through the thumbs down towards the floor. Opening the nerve pathways from the fingers, the wrists. And then release. Good. Give it another shake. Okay. Now the following is definitely one of my favorite sequences. I teach a variation of this in most of my therapeutic classes. So come into your hands and knees. And then have the wrists face each other. The finger face each other. And you bend the elbows out to the sides. The fingers can be pretty together, close together. And keeping the heels of the hands on the floor, go ahead and move a little bit side to side. And I'll try the elbows be straight and you move side to side. It will feel a little bit different. And then let's do the exact opposite. So the thumbs are going to face towards the front of your mat and the fingers out to the sides. Elbows straight this time. And you lean your weight into your right hand and then into the left hand. One more time on the right. And one more time on the left. And again, you are in charge of how much weight you're going to put on each hand. And then center. Let's do the tops of our wrists down. All of your fingers, you're facing your knees. You're spreading your fingers evenly. And the fingernails are pressing down towards the floor. Now curl your toes. If you have funky elbows like I do, it's easy for you to straighten your elbows. So if that happens in your body, you can do that. If it doesn't happen, don't worry, you're normal. And then lean a little bit back to opening the top of the wrists. It's a good one to hold. Similar to what we did before, but now we have the floor, so we kind of close the chain. And from here, release. Now bring the heels of your hands forward, the thumbs out to the sides. And again, maybe bend your elbows, maybe not. Lean your weight into the left hand. And then into the right hand. One more time the left. And one more time the right. Okay. Keep the mounds of the fingers on the floor. As you start to peel the heels of the hands up towards the ceiling. And then some of you might barely, as you start to lift the heels of the hands off the floor, there's a lot of sensation across the forearms and your wrists and the palms. If you're feeling a burning, that's good. That's connective tissue opening up. But sometimes you feel like a nervy thing. And I one time have injured myself like this. It took me like a week to heal from that. So take it easy. And then as you continue opening the palms, as you continue with this specific exercise, the palms are going to open up, and maybe one day your palms are going to be vertical. But notice that the mounds of the fingers, they're still on the floor. They didn't come up. And that gets the palms, the fingers, a nice big old stretch. Big breath here. Feeling everything you're doing for your hands. And now, since we're here just for fun, bring awareness to your right index finger. And can you press the base of the right index down towards the floor? And then the base of the middle, the base of the ring finger, and the base of the pinky. You're all going to feel very different. And now awareness to your other hand. Let's start with the left index. Mound of the left index presses down. And then the middle, the ring finger, and then the pinky. Good. From here, bring the hands down. Bring the hands forward. Sit down on your shins or cross-legged. And let's go back to the first thing we did, which was rotating the hands in and out. Maybe everything feels looser, has a little bit more space. And then the forearms up. And then all the way down. And then 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes and feel the tingling around the fingers, the forearms, the wrists, and maybe a sense of lightness. And from here, fold the palms in front of your heart. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.